Hello and welcome, I am Truthful. I'm a forever French GM. I essentially GM and play with 5th edition Dungeon & Dragon. I GM my own custom worlds and have been doing so for years, decades actually. I've played over almost all the versions of Dungeon & Dragon and more than I can remember or care to remember of different systems and rule systems of other RPGs, including Shadowrun, Tales of the Seven Seas, Cthulhu, and so on. I felt the need to say a couple of things regarding the Monster Manual. I believe most of the books and the Monster Manual itself are quite good. They do lack, however, or missed, I think, a couple of opportunities here and there. I believe the first step or first entry within the D&D system has been probably made harder by their choice. What I mean by that is that the monster book is well organized for people who are used to these kind of systems. My main surprise here is to see that the NPCs, which are mostly humanoids in many of the settings, or species of humanoid type, have been removed for or in favor of generic and non-specific types of things. For instance, they have set mages, so you have your spellcasting types. They have set berserkers, you have kind of a fighty types, bandits, and so on. So you have kind of some thematics types of NPCs, humanoids ones, but you would not have your dwarvish, elvish, or whatever you would like within the humanoids, described with the specificality or their uniqueness set in stat blocks. There is in the Dungeon Master guide a lot of useful tools, namely for the NPCs. There actually have a number of ideas that are set here that you can use within the books, and it can help you create your own NPCs. However, they do not do it for you, so they don't provide for starting GMs plug and play experience for early GMs. And for myself, since I love making and baking monsters, this is great. So that's the other side of the same coin. On the negative side, you could say, they have decided to make the generic stat blocks, and these have consequences which are you need to adjust them and modify them for every single NPC you have, even if it's just something you're going to be using for a very short period of time. Should you want an Elven Guard, there is no Elven Guard stat blocks. You will need to pick the Guard stat block and go find the adequate version for the species you're looking for. So why not? It's useful for veteran GMs, because we don't need the specifics, we just need an idea and a rough idea of what we are using, and then we adapt them either on the fly or when we are preparing our sessions. And once we've built our own, we don't need the generic stat blocks for it. But for new GMs, it's not the same thing, and that's what I propose to do in the upcoming videos, which is make a couple of examples on how you can adapt the generic stat blocks you've seen and make it your own and make it a fun thing for your campaign and games. So I hope I see you next in the future videos. Have a great day.